welcome to another interesting segment of Home Truth Nigeria. Today, I want to talk on a topic called the best ways of bringing your Nigerian man abroad. A lot of ladies have reached out to me because of the sleepless nights they're having on looking for the possible ways on how they can get their Nigerian guy, closer to them because, they're in love, but yet they are far. In fact, a lady had called me, a very young lady in her early 20s, telling me of me wanting me to talk about ways on how she could, bring a Nigerian guy overseas. So I promised I was going to talk about it today as a matter of urgency. So let us go there. The first way is through the court marriage. So this is the easiest, the most common, and one of the fastest routes if you want to bring your partner with you to your home country. Those of you who've been listening to my video, you understand that I always say, look, in as much as I don't have a problem with court marriage, but I still want you to get married for all the right reasons, so that you could see things that are hidden and also make sure that nothing is hidden from your side. Now, when you're done with a normal wedding we do as Nigerians, then you can basically proceed with the court marriage. Now, I also want to tell you something that it is very important that before you go or you proceed with the court marriage, it is good that you try as much as possible to visit Nigeria so that when you make your application looks authentic. So it looks like you guys are actually lovers. Don't just come in for the first time, you setting your eyes on that on this man, and then you're getting married to him, because when you file an application, there could be a lot of delays and possibly denial. So I always advise women to please try to visit and show this proof that you guys are actually lovers and it's not some arranged marriage. And it's also important to understand that please, before you get married in the courts, make sure that you're marrying somebody you clearly know. I also want to point out that there could be a situation whereby maybe your visa is delayed or denied if there's a huge difference in age gap. So just keep that in mind. But the first way is through the court marriage. Now, the second one is what we call the K1 visa or the fiancé visa. Now, this is not only possible in the United States, it is also applicable in other European countries like Germany and also in the UK. Now, the purpose of this visa is to bring your partner with the intention of getting married to you in your country of residence, within a stipulated period of time. So if you guys don't get married, let's say within 2 months or 3 months, then there's a risk of him, going back to his country. Now, the fiancé or the K1 visa comes with advantages and disadvantages. Now, one advantage I want to talk about is that it gives you as a lady the opportunity, to look or spend more time with the individual you're planning on getting married to see if both of you are actually compatible. It gives you this, full closure on knowing if this guy you want to get married to is the best fit for you. But one thing I want to tell you that don't worry about this if you're with a Nigerian, because the Nigerian man would pass this test. He would be on his best behavior. He would do everything to make sure that you both of you get married at the end of the whole 90-day or visa time frame. Now, one disadvantage is that you could find yourself spending sizable amount of money when you do the K1 visa, because there may be a situation that requires you to get an immigration lawyer and attorney. There could be files that you need to file, and these files that you need to file and document and all of those things, they could require money, and sometimes it could be very frustrating. So please save up big time on that, because things could go wrong that could require you to spend more money. Another thing is the disadvantage of time wasting. You could find yourself waiting for so long before the visa is approved. So a lot of people have shown frustration. Sometimes they delay you guys purposely to see if your relationship would break, or you guys will go frustrated on yourself with the time delay. So please keep that in mind. Now, some of you will be asking, okay, what about women who are not planning on getting married and they have partners who they want to bring into their country? How should they go about it? Now, one way is through studies. Now, to achieve this, you have to make sure that you're dating a guy who has intentions of or interested in actually going to school to get a degree. So if this is discussed and the guy is okay with going to school to get a degree, then you need to find a school that is affordable with an affordable tuition that both of you can pay. Now, I want to tell you something. Please don't take a loan to finance a study. I know a lady who took a 30 G's loan, and when the guy got there after second year, the guy ended the relationship. The lady is still servicing the loan with interest, while the guy has gone his way with another lady. So please don't take a loan. Now, one thing that you should make sure you do is that you find the school fees. A school that has affordable fee. When you find a school with affordable fee, you need to call your partner so both of you could come up with ways on how you can pay this fee. The good thing is a lot of universities overseas allow students to get what you call the unconditional letter or acceptance letter that allows them to go to the embassy to obtain visa without paying the full tuition. So, for instance, if a university charges $5,000 a year, academic year, you could pay half of it and go get your student visa. Then when you come into the country, you can reimburse or pay the other half. So this is another good advantage that you basically can do. Now I need to make this clear that there's no guarantee that this guy who is coming into your country to study would end up with you. There's no guarantee to that. Like I said, ab initio, a lady took 30 G's and the guy ended up leaving. So this could happen, but the question is the risk worth taking? Absolutely, it is worth taking, especially if you want to be with somebody you truly love. So it's something you would think about, ponder on and decide if you really want to go through with it. And the last but not the least is to get a job. Now, this is one way a lot of people do not exploit. Now, there are a lot of you who are dating guys that are professionals. They have studied bachelor's, master's, professionals in whatever chosen field they are doing. Now, if you see that they are professionals or they have a very good track record in a particular job, you could find how lucrative that is in your society. How do you do that? It's very simple. You just need to go find a job that fits their career or what they have studied in the university. So when you find it, all you need to do is to send them a link. When you send them a link, you try to see to it that they apply. Remember, application is always free. How do they go about applying? Very simple. They just need to drop their resume and write a very good cover letter. Write a very good cover letter and submit it. Now, if you guys have a target, you and your partner, to make an application at least each week or 1 in 2 weeks, I could assure you that before the year ends, probably you could have one or two companies calling you for an interview. And you never know, this could be one of the ways your partner relocates to join you. So this is one ground a lot of people need to also explore, most especially if you're dating a guy who is professional or good in a particular field that could be lucrative in your country. Now, guys, in conclusion, I've seen people who brought their partners through these 4 ways, and for whatever reason, it didn't work. And I've seen those who brought their partners, and it did eventually work. The bottom line is try to make sure that this person you bring in is somebody you can trust. Don't bring in your enemy into your country. There are a lot of women who are going through problems today because of the wrong person they brought into your country. Now, if for whatever reason you're having a gut feeling or you're seeing a lot of red flags and something inside of you, the little girl inside of you is telling you not to go through any of this route, please listen to that little girl. The problem is a lot of you, maybe after divorce or a very hard breakup, a lot of you want to be with someone who is actually making you happy, but a lot of you are not ready to get yourself committed into a strong relationship. But because of the only way on which you can bring this guy to your country is through marriage, some of you go back to Nigeria to get married, even though you basically don't feel like getting married. So you could bring him there. I would tell you this is not the best way to go about it. So it is always important, if you have a gut feeling that says no, and there are a lot of red flags, don't try to cover it. Don't try to create excuses for him and that stuff. And trust me, you would not regret it. So, guys, I would like to say a very big thank you for this video. Please like, share, and subscribe. If you want to comment, comment respectfully. If you want to get in touch with me, you can write me on hometruth86 at gmail.com. Hometruth86 at gmail.com. So, guys, we'll see ourselves in the weekend. Home Truth Nigeria. Peace out.